going on, everybody? Thank you so much for coming back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Rush Hour. So as you can tell from the thumbnail and the title of this video, I am joined by BLACKTASTIC News. We recently did a collab together for my video or my review on Undercover Brother, and I definitely wanted to have him on to do another movie. And in this video we're going to be talking about my favorite buddy cop film. Rush Hour is a movie that I just remember watching countless times growing up. It was just one of those movies that was always on TV. Anytime I went to a cousin's house, a friend's house, anywhere, my own house, I just always saw it. It was a movie that people consistently rented via DVDs back in the day, and yeah, I just feel like I've seen this movie so many times. I actually just recently purchased the trilogy on Blu-ray, and I've never actually owned my own physical copies. I've rented the movie on DVD, I've watched it countless times on television, and yeah, I've actually never owned a copy myself. So yeah, I finally picked up the trilogy, really liked the set that I got, and on an overall level, what I could say going back and rewatching this movie, it was kind of like revisiting a song that you know really well. While I was watching this movie, I knew it so well. The lines of dialogue, the action sequences, the music, it's just a movie for me that is damn near perfect in its humor, its writing, its pacing, and its overall characters. There are some elements about this movie that are definitely dated as far as some of the jokes and things that you probably wouldn't hear in modern cinema today, but on an overall level, this is a really great blend of your American buddy cop films with a blend of a lot of Chinese kung fu films, and I do really enjoy the blend here. You have a lot of really great action that's choreographed, you have Jackie Chan in here, you have Chris Tucker, and you have a lot of fun. This is a film that is just energetic, it's really funny, again, it's really well paced, and there's always something going on. The story is consistently moving, and even the small moments really do feel big. The strength of the writing in the small moments is just being able to see these characters learn each other and get to know each other throughout this movie. The basic premises of this movie is that you have the Chinese consulate who is moving from China to America, and not too long into living in America, his daughter is kidnapped by a criminal organization, and yeah, he ends up wanting to call upon his lead guy, his big guy, which is Jackie Chan, his officer from back in China. He wants him to be flown out to help the FBI in discovering where his daughter's been taken. The FBI really does not like that idea, and so they decide to assign this bullshit task to an LAPD officer played by Chris Tucker, and you know, he thinks he's going to be part of this big FBI thing. This is what he's always wanted to do. He thinks he's going to be in the big times now as far as law enforcement, and at the end of the day, the reality is that they want to just kind of have him babysit Jackie Chan's character and make sure he stays out of the way of their investigation. And yeah, from there you just have this really great buddy cop story that plays. You have two different people with two different kinds of cultures. There's a difference of language and just a difference of them being able to understand what it is that they mean, even if they understand the words. And yeah, I just really enjoy this film. I think Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan have such great on-screen chemistry together. I really never get tired of seeing them together in this movie. Rewatching it again, it was perfect. I watched all three back to back, and it's just a trilogy that I really enjoy. I'm really excited to talk about all of these individually. But yeah, this first one for me is damn near perfect when it comes to a film like this. There is some cheese, there is some stuff that could probably have been trimmed out, but on an overall level, this is a very well acted film that knows what it is. It's fun, it's lighthearted, but it's serious when it needs to be. It's energetic. Sure, there are some characters here and there that pop in and out that don't really matter, and you kind of just wonder, okay, maybe they could have had a little bit more screen time, and maybe they could have been developed a little bit further, but on an overall level, I think that all the characters are done so well. And since the movie mainly focuses on Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, I think they do such a great job together. I think they have such great chemistry. I know I've already said that, but every time I go back and watch this movie, I'm just so engaged and engulfed in what it is that they're doing. I just have such a great time with their performances. The comedic timing back and forth is so great. And if you wait till after the credits or when the credits begin, there's bloopers at the beginning of the credits for each of these movies. And it just goes to show that they were having so much fun on set. The chemistry between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker is so obvious when you're watching the movie. So when you watch those bloopers at the end of the movie, it just feels like a nice little just bow on top of the movie. It just kind of gives you a smile. And even though you just watched this movie that had stakes and had all this kind of stuff going on, I love that at the end of the movie, you can just realize that this was a movie that was just made to be a fun action buddy cop film with two charismatic actors that really enjoyed what they were doing and enjoyed the relationship with each other that they were able to grow throughout the process of making this film. And that just elevates the film for me personally.
See, how difficult is that? My English, he even cannot see 3 words. Chinese.
Need some lunch.
You need some lunch?
I got that. I got it before, Jackie.
See, now you know how difficult I am.
Look at
Now, before I continue my thoughts on this movie, let's go ahead and hear what BLACKTASTIC News had to say about this.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? What's up, my nigga? What did you say? I said to what's up, my nigga? Don't you ever touch a black man's radio, boy! Hello, and welcome to My Point of View Movie Reviews. Today is another retro joint with my man, Anthony Perez. We're going to rewind back the time and check out Rush Hour, the original movie that set the phenomenon off for the very first time. Now, Hollywood, either you get lucky, sometimes you know what you're doing, sometimes it's pure gold, you never know. This is a case. It's not the director that's the star of this movie. It's not the script that's the star of this movie. It's not the producer that's the star of this movie. The casting person is the star, gold star of this movie. Whoever cast Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker in this movie, hands down, are the Hollywood stars of this franchise. For one, Jackie Chan burst onto the scene American-wise with Rumble in the Bronx. Now, he was big overseas in China and stuff like that, but that was the movie that crossed him over to American audience. And I'm like, man, this dude is no joke. Chris Tucker, we all know. Friday put him on the map. Thank you, Ice Cube. And that man blew up, became a ghetto superstar. So later on down in Hollywood, they both did a couple of films, teamed them up together for Rush Hour. Because Rush Hour's script, it's been done before. It's probably this thing probably been sitting down in there in Hollywood studios for years. Script is sitting there collecting dust. Somebody said, why don't we get Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan? Boom. They breathed life into that script, and you had a major hit out of nowhere. No one seen this coming. Bret Ratner is a comparable director, but now the way Hollywood is, yeah, his name is not so popular the way it was 10, 15 years ago. But the plot of this movie, over in Hong Kong, the counselor is going to go to America for some diplomatic solutions to trade off some very expensive Chinese trades over to the Americans and show the tradition of the Chinese people to the American people in the Los Angeles city, and it's going to be really cool. Now, he's working with the British intelligence and also the counselors to make sure everything goes well. In the very opening scene, Jackie Chan goes undercover with his partner to stop a serious crime. His partner gets killed and the guy gets away. His name is Sang. And there's your main plot of the movie. Now, Jackie Chan is doing his thing in Hong Kong. 2 months go by and there's a major crime going down in Los Angeles. Now we're introduced to Chris Tucker's character, Agent Carter, or Detective Carter. He's doing an undercover bust. He reminds me of so much of Axel Foley in the Beverly Hills Cop series. Same demeanor, same loud mouth, and man, shades of Beverly Hills Cops, Axel Foley. Well, he foils the crime. A couple of cops get shot, lose a finger, catch the bad guy, but there's damage. There's a big old C4 bomb that goes off in the car. Boom! There you realize the scope of this film. It has a major budget. In the meantime, the counselor's over in LA and his daughter is kidnapped, little Soo Young, who's close to her father and Jackie Chan's character Lee as well. They want ransom, they want $50 million, or this girl is dead. And there's your plot. Well, Lee comes over and the FBI is involved, and they don't want to babysit Lee. As a matter of fact, they want to keep him away so the deal goes through. Now, what happens is they get the LA department involved, LAPD. Hey, give me one of your worst people to babysit Lee so the FBI, can foil this crime and make sure everything goes smooth. There's an underlying story being told that you really don't know about just yet, but it gets clear later on. And that's where you have one of the best partner-ups of all time. This is up there with Lethal Weapon, Beverly Hills Cop, and also I gotta say Bad Boys. Rush Hour is right up there, man. It's a great, great series. And these two are comedy and action gold on the big screen, man. You got some incredible moments. Quotable film. And the rewatchable ability is very good, because I haven't seen this movie in years. And my man Anthony Perez reached out and said, hey man, let's do a movie review on the original Rush Hour. So I got off work, I popped it in, I said, man, I ain't seen this in years. Laughed my butt off. It's still up to date. It's not dated at all. I love all the characters. And Chris Tucker is funny as hell. And the innocence of Jackie Chan's character, Lee, just gravitates towards the screen. You fall in love with these characters. And the breakthrough moment when they're dancing in the street to the song War, they're learning how to dance and do karate and incorporate it with the dance. It's a little corny, but the two of them pull it off. And man, this movie is incredible. Lee doesn't speak English for about 20 minutes into the film. Not that he can't, he just doesn't. Like most Asians do, they're very patient and they like to make a mockery of American men, especially loud talking black jive men like Chris Tucker's character, Carter, in this film. When he finally speaks, man, the chemistry is through the roof. And Lee keeps trying to escape. And the cool thing about Lee, he's very capable, he's very slick, he escapes, but Agent Carter catches up with him every single time, showing his skills on the street as a detective. So it's a perfect marriage in heaven. They go to a few things together. They go to the brother man hideout where his cousin does underground things there, trying to find information. They go all over the city looking to find things and buzz people to go to the Chinese restaurant. And throughout these sequent parts of the film, you see Jackie Chan's incredible talent as a stuntman and a karate kung fu expert. And this is the only thing that sets this film apart from Beverly Hills Cop, Lethal Weapon, and Bad Boys. Because Jackie Chan is the main ingredient that brings this other third world ability as action to the films, and it makes it very, very unique, and it pays off. And now, in the conclusion of this film, I gotta say, man, they pulled it off. But I noticed some things over the years that have changed, and it makes me cringe to this very moment. But I gotta give a shout out to Elizabeth Pena. She's no longer with us. In October the 14th of 2014, she passed away. She is the beautiful Agent Johnson. She is the partner of Carter in the film. And man, she was absolutely gorgeous. I had a major crush on her. She had that short haircut, them nice, full, beautiful lips. And doing research today, I didn't realize until today that she passed away almost 6 years ago. What a tragic story. But she's absolutely eye candy in this movie, and she has a role that develops through the part of the film. She's a bomb expert, you know, and that comes to play later on in the film. But the plot thickens. You realize the British intelligence, the British counselor is involved, along with some other people, trying to get money from the American government. And it is a very good film. But also, I gotta say, as a rewatch, some parts of the movie made me very, very, very uncomfortable. In the climax of the scene, you got Lu Tao hanging from the vest of Jackie Chan, and Jackie Chan's hanging on these pillars, about to fall to their death. They're struggling, they're tussling in midair, and my man's mouth, the British man, is near Jackie Chan's nuts. And he's doing like this. Did they cut to Jackie Chan's face? He's going. I'm like, man, I know this wasn't intentional, but this is making me very uncomfortable. Man, he's opening up his mouth wide. His balls are right here. He's going. The Jackie Chan's going. I'm like, whoo, can we please please fall to your death? This is uncomfortable. And there's another scene, because you know now, Bret Ratner's in a lot of trouble because of his Hollywood dealings behind the scenes with women and actresses throughout the industry. So there's a scene in the movie with our Agent Johnson's character where Carter calls her to get some information, and she's sitting at home in her panties, a white t-shirt with no bra, just walking around prancing, and she's actually dancing to music. There's a big theme of people dancing to music in this film. So she's dancing, obviously, to show some sexuality. It was not needed in the film, but knowing how Bret Ratner is now, I see why that part's in the film. It's kind of cringeworthy if you ask me, but still, hey, Hollywood is Hollywood, but now, hey, they've been exposed. But you see little small things like that from films in the previous times where the directors had all the power. That ain't the key nowadays, you know. Studios are wising up to what goes on behind the scenes. But Rush Hour is a great franchise. And what sets it apart from Lethal Weapon, Beverly Hills Cop, and Bad Boys as well, the outtakes. Out of all three films, the outtakes in each film are some of the best that I have ever seen in cinema history. I laugh every single time when I watch these outtakes. They are absolutely hilarious. Please, if you haven't seen Rush Hour in a while, give it a rewatch. This movie is Hollywood certified cinema gold. Yo, my man Anthony Perez, I'ma pass the ball to you. Go up court, dribble and slam dunk, and bring this baby home.
Once again, a big thanks to Blacktastic News for being here on this video with me. Really appreciate you joining me in this video and loved hearing what you had to say about this movie, man. Definitely will be hitting you up again soon to do another one of these. But yeah, guys, on an overall level, I don't have a whole lot to say other than what I've already said. I actually expected to talk a lot longer because Blacktastic News spoke a lot and I wanted to kind of say something in the same way. But yeah, on an overall level, this is a really just great, well-acted film that I think takes what the buddy cop genre is and can be and really elevates it. It has fun with it. There's that great dynamic of two people from completely different cultures with completely different languages having to get to know each other, learn each other, the way that they work and work together. And I think as far as a trilogy goes, I really do enjoy this trilogy on an overall level. I think the third film is definitely the weaker of them, and that tends to happen a lot of times. But on an overall level, I just love this film. It has so much rewatchability. I really love the characters that are involved in this. There are some forgettable moments and of course some things that you can't help but look back and think, yeah, that could have been done just a little bit better. But on an overall level, I have such a great time with this movie. I keep saying the same things. I guess the reality of the situation is really at this point, you know, if you haven't seen Rush Hour, do it. That's the biggest thing I can say right now. A recommendation of the highest kind. This is a movie that I think a lot of people will be able to connect to, whether you've seen this movie or not. I think you should go back and revisit it. It's such a great movie. I do highly recommend it. And yeah, guys, that's going to be our thoughts on Rush Hour. So definitely hit that like button down below if you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your comments and all your thoughts down below. Definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. And I'll see each and every single one of you in the next video. Bye-bye.